So we just read the tribute.
Just read the tribute.
Yeah, okay. Hi, my name is Brian Abonyo, and this is my tribute to my mother.
You can talk a bit.
Okay. Maybe before I... That's what you said. All right, so as I said, my name is Brian Ochieng Kibet Abonyo. I'm the firstborn son of the family. As I said, and I'm sorry for repeating, but yes, so I've been away for a while, for about 15 years, but I did come back home in December. I was coming home purely because I've been away for too long. I'd missed my parents. I wanted a little bit of a change, so I came back to Kenya. Little did I know that I was coming back to receive some really bad news of mom's cancer recurring. I thank God I came home. That's all I can say about that, because it has been really important for me to get closure, to spend time with mom, because prior to that, then I kept asking myself, what could I have done different? Should I have come home earlier? But the truth of the matter is that mom wouldn't have wanted that. Mom herself, even after being diagnosed in 91, it didn't stop her from going ahead to get her PhD done. It didn't stop her from going and vying for that SOTIC seat. It didn't stop her from becoming deputy speaker or becoming governor after that. So I had to do what I needed to do in Australia, and I should be happy with that. And now I've come back home to be with the family. Mom was a regular mother, like any mother. You know, she would get us ready for school. When we were younger, she would come to all those prize-giving day ceremonies. She was just a regular mother. And for me and Ted, being born, having a Kipsigis mother and a Luo father was fantastic. You know, I don't know any different. We got this rare opportunity to have a good mix of Luo culture and Kipsigis culture. Some holidays we go to Sotik, some holidays we go to Kisumu. We would have those days when we're enjoying goat meat and milk and mursik, and then other times we go and we have fish, you know. So, you know, we had a lot of, you know, ngege, mbuta. The only fish we don't really like is omena, but that's fine. But yeah, so I think at this point what I wanted to say is, you know, we were only notified of mom's illness when, in the one she got in 91, when we were about 20. And I think all we can say about that whole situation is thank God we've had her for all this time. So if mom was, you know, if God had taken her in 1991, when I was 7 and Ted was 4, you know, who would have been there for us? Who would have been there when we really needed a mother? Now we're adults, you know, we've got our lives and we can take it from here. But those days, those formative years when we needed that mother's love, and there's a lot of people who don't have that opportunity, but we did. And so as a result, we have to be grateful to God that he was able to have mom there, to come to my plays when I was acting, to go to Ted's recitals, to see Ted become a pilot. I remember when we were lifting her back, and she even asked, "My son, are you flying me back home?" And that really touched my heart. But she was able to educate him and get him through all of that, and you know, see him now accomplish what he really is. You've all heard mom was a peacemaker. You've all heard that she was non-confrontational. You've all heard that, you know, she had a lot for Bomet that she wanted to get done. But unfortunately, that wasn't to be, because there was another plan from the Lord. In terms of her illness, I don't want to talk too much about it, but I think, you know, we'd go to those therapies and we'd go to all those treatments, and it was difficult. Initially, we were doing it and we were fighting and we were strong and we said we can do this and we'll get there. But very quickly, in the last 2 months, she really deteriorated. And even though we stood there every day, but it was so hard looking into her eyes as she lay on that bed helpless. And so at this point, I think that as a family, we've accepted. And all of us as families, friends, and well-wishers, let us accept and let us mom rest. Let's let mom rest and let's be happy with the will of God. To Dad, I'd like to thank you for being there for mom. I'd like to thank you for really exemplifying, you know, when you say your vows and you say for better or for worse, through sickness and in health. You have really demonstrated that. Keep being strong. I know how hard this is. I know how hard this is on you. Keep being strong, and we'll also try to be there for you as much as we can. It really pains me that mom didn't get a chance to live in the house we have here in Fort Tanan. It really breaks my heart that she's not going to get a chance to live in the house that we are completing in Karen. But let's take heart knowing that she did everything. I think we'll keep the interior designers and the architects who are involved in getting the houses prepared, and we'll put all pictures and memories of her to make sure that she's still there with us. And what I would like to say finally is knowing that Mom will be resting in Fort Tanan, even though we'd not come traveling up country a lot, now for sure, knowing that Mom is just there, we will make it a regular occurrence, we will do it up, and we'll make that our home. Rest in peace, Mom. You are the most amazing person I ever met. Thank you.
Maybe you're not reading the tribute because it's already in the program. Okay. So Ted, you want to come and read yours?
Hello, everyone. I'm Ted Okumu Kipto-Abonyo, last born son to the late Joyce. And this is my tribute to Mom. Mom, thank you so much for everything you have done for me in my life. Words can't describe the amount of love I feel for you and forever will feel. Watching you in your condition over the past few months broke my heart, knowing how strong you have been all through our lives. You have been a pillar of strength to so many people, and you have bravely battled this illness with all you had. I apologize for all the instances I gave you a hard time, and I thank you for all the unconditional love and for never giving up on me. I promise to be strong and to make you proud. Rest with the angels, Mom. See you on the other side. Your son, Ted.
Yeah. My tribute to Mom. Mama, you're so special to me, and I thank God for you. I thank God that you're my second mother. Thank you for loving me and caring for me and ensuring that I lacked nothing. You are a brilliant mother and a leader who set high standards for all of us. You'll be remembered for your humility and regard for others. Seeing you suffer for the last 2 months was a big blow to us, but you fought till the end. I will cherish the last conversation we had where you told me that you loved me, that you really miss us. I know you still wanted to do so much for the people of Bomet, but God wanted you to be with him in heaven, watching over us. Rest in peace, Mama. I love you.
Thank you. I won't read my tributes because I've read it before, but I just want to say that as a member, as an addition to the Abonyo family, I was really fortunate because when I came first to live with the Abonyo family, I was 6 years old. Mom was in the UK, and I met my brothers, and Ted was only speaking Luo. The whole household was speaking Luo, and I was speaking English from America because I just come from the States, and we could not communicate. But as a result, because of living in that home, Anyalo loso do Luo maber. We will miss, the childhood that we had. We cherish it. Me and my brothers talk about it a lot when we used to live in the tea estates, And even, the Christmas parties we had where, Mom and Dad would just come from different sides of the room and dance Lingala during the parties, and we'd wonder if they used to practice in the bedroom by themselves. As we said, Mom loved dance, and even during her last days, the song that we just played, as we'd play it in the hospital, as much as she was sick, she tried to muster some energy to, move a little. And I think this song is a real testament that really her pain and her sorrow is now gone. What she went through the last days was really more than any person should ever have to go through. It was a painful, full cup that she had to drink. But now she's at peace, and we're at peace with that. Rest in, Mom. Thank you. Rest in peace, Mom. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Your Excellency, the President, the Deputy President, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, Musalia Mudavadi, and all protocols observed, MPs and MCAs, good afternoon. Let me send my tribute. She tries to wear her pain on the inside. She always has it in the trademark of the older sibling. I think being an elder sister, it was healthy that she would sometimes pinch me. She constantly advised me to always move forward and never backwards. My sister, even though I may not have told you how much I appreciated all you did for me, richly blessed is how I feel having a sister like you. David Laboso, thank you.
Where do broken hearts go? We are broken as a family. We don't know where we'll start from. Joyce was our pillar. She was the firstborn. And I experienced a lot of time with her, especially in hospital. Before she left London, in Nairobi, London, I told her I was going to join her in a week. And Joyce told me, you come to London next week and you'll meet me there. So she hugged me at the airport. But before that, we talked about her sickness. And I told her, Joyce, she told me her kidneys were failing. And I told her, Joyce, really, I can't help you because I'd already donated one of my kidneys to my dad 26 years ago. And I told her, let me talk to Ted and see whether he can donate a kidney. I thought that sickness was actually, for real, I didn't know that Joyce was this sick. I even told her in India, Joyce, we're going back home. I'm not going to leave you anywhere. We're going back home. But Edwin knew everything, and I kept looking at him and asking him for questions and answers. All these guys were with me in India, and nobody told me. One day we were sitting down in her bed. She was really sick at that time, and her voice was disappearing. And she had talked to the president, and she got what she wanted from him, and the president said, let Joyce get anything she wants. Then one of the days, she just said, William Samoe. I told her, what about William? She kept quiet. I still don't know, but I want to tell you guys, Joyce loved you very, very much, with all her heart. And she hopes that the country has unity. That's all, and I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
You can pull this one and give. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I think I'm hurrying too much.
Okay. The President of our great nation, Kenya, Your Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, the Council of Governors, and all protocols observed. I greet you all. Hamjambo. Today is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence in this stage is pretty unlikely. I stand here to celebrate and mourn our great aunt, for she lived a fulfilled life in such a short time. You taught me so much that I would urge our youth today to love what they do and dedicate their time because it's an investment to pay off. I thank you, Mr. President, and your deputy for the support you have given us. May God continue blessing you abundantly with wisdom and knowledge so that you might lead this great country of ours, Kenya. Dear aunt, you fought a good fight. Rest in peace, for in God's right hand you are seated, smiling with the angels. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mary Laboso. I will not read my tribute because I read it yesterday. So I want, there's an appreciation I want to, my friend, my sister, my cousin to read for me.
Praise the Lord. This is to you, Edwin, on behalf from Mary. You are heaven sent, and the others come walking. I quote Honorable Rachel Shebesh, no words in the world can explain the kind of a brother-in-law you have been to me. Thanks for always offering a shoulder to lean on, Edwin. Thank you for being there when my mom and my sister needed you the most. May God continue shining upon you and expanding your territories. Amen.
Maybe not to tire my family, I'll probably ask them to sit, but before I do that, can I quickly introduce you? This one is Marco Laboso. This is late Lorna's son, who we are fostering. Marco, you can go. Ted Abonyo is our last born in the house. If he's a pilot in 540, you can go. Brian Abonyo is our firstborn. Ted was called Kipto. That name Kipto was given to her by my mother-in-law. This one was called Brian Kibet Abonyo. Thank you. But there's Ochieng also. He doesn't use it at all. He doesn't like me saying much about him, but it was a blessing that he came at the point when the mother was actually beginning to go down. Thank you. This one is the son to my late brother-in-law, Bernard Laboso, who also passed on, but we are also fostering him. Thank you, Dennis. My sister, Judy. Judy is the soul of Laboso, the heartthrob. When you see her tearing, it's really serious. Thank you, Judy. God bless you. My brother-in-law, David, there were only two. One passed on, Bernard. So this guy is here. He's the one remaining with us here. Thank you, David. He's married. I don't know whether Aurelia is here. Aurelia. Where's Aurelia? Incidentally, Aurelia is such a hard-working lady. I sent her as an advance team to our home here. So maybe she's busy doing something. But that's the daughter. Laureen, we also call her Toto. Say hi. Thank you, thank you. Pardon? This is Mina, our baby girl in the house. But also, Mina, where are the kids? There's Zuri. Please come and just run very quickly. Can you run? Yeah, but don't fall, eh? Say hi. Very good. Thank you. So, Mary Laboso is also my sister-in-law. Mary Laboso is also my sister-in-law, Your Excellency. She's not been feeling very well lately. She's ailing. Mary, please take a seat. Thank you. God bless you. Now, based on what I said when I started speaking, I told you that the president has got very, very little time. And when you take the president's time, you're taking the nation's time. So I will not repeat what I had said previously. I've been told it was live. I didn't know that yesterday. So for those of you who've got an opportunity to hear what I said, that is fine. Incidentally, these things I was saying, and they were just coming off the cuff, like I was seated there and I could remember something I write. So chances are that some people have omitted. Please don't be offended that you probably participated in Joyce's last trip to where we are taking her, and then I did not appreciate. I really appreciate it. But nonetheless, let me thank Governor Oparanya. He's here, the Council Chairman of Governors. Wycliffe, thank you very much for coming over there in London and also in the hostel in Nairobi here. And I remember what you told me that you would be talking to the family. Thank you very much. Then Senator Gideon Moi, I saw you here. I've greeted you variously. Thank you, Senator. I've greeted you variously when we meet. I don't think we interact and know one another. But Gideon gave us a chopper through Salat. So thank you very much, because you realize that we had a kind of, not really unique, but it was a little bit different, because we had to go to Sotik, where she was the MP, we had to go to Bomet, where she was the governor, then we had to come home, which is the matrimonial home. So there was covering and movement and so on, and it has to be met within a certain span of time. So you came in very handy. Thank you, Gideon. Now, Beatrice, yesterday I called your name, but I did not mention what you did. Beatrice stayed with us in London for about 2 weeks and India for about a week, if I'm not wrong. So in between, when I was talking about Kirui, the lady, Joyce Kirui, I forgot to mention about Beatrice. She also sat Joyce for a while, and she also alternated a bit with Joyce. So thank you, Beatrice. Nyokabi, for some reason I forgot you, but she's part of the women team that has been helping Joyce and being around with her. Honorable Tongi from Nyaribari Chache, thank you very much, together with your wife. I don't know whether you walked with her today, but you came to the hospital, you prayed with us. Thank you very much, and I realize you're very religious. May God bless you. Professor Anyang Nyongo. I remember when Kones first started talking about you, used to say Nyong Nyong. I think Kones could not pronounce. Kones was just getting into politics and we were friends. We used to work together. So we were saying, Professor Ngine. That time, I think you are the vibrant. That time, not now. Now you are... Were you part of the bearded seven sisters? Oh, fine. But I remember Connes. I remember this name very well. So, Professor Yang Nyong, thank you very much. We are in your county, and indeed you came up. We got stared at sometimes, so please don't worry that we gave you very many calls. We were getting scared because you were getting nearer the time, so we had to call you and we quickly ran to Charles. But nonetheless, you came through. Thank you. Mudomi Njuka, Njuki. I don't know whether he's here, but Mudomi Njuki came to the hospital. He came to Nini with us, condoled with us. That time, he asked me, do you need any help? And I told him no, because actually we didn't need help. For some reason, I would tell people we don't need help. It wasn't that we didn't need as such, but if I felt that we had enough, I did not see any reason why I should ask for more. So thank you very much, Mudomi. May God also bless you. Mandago, the Eldoret man. Is Mandago around? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mandago, Joyce used to invite him all the time. Anytime he wanted something to be explained, he's got very good language. Mandago, I'm sure I'm right. He's got very good language, so he would explain something very nicely. So Mandago, thank you. I wish to also thank Senator Beth Mugo. She's not here, but she got in touch with me. You know, she's gone public about her condition, and I'm sure she's empathizing a lot with the current situation where we are in, and we also pray for her. She's a very strong lady, a very nice lady. We say thank you to Beth Mugo. You are not here, but I'm sure maybe through the media or something you'll be able to know. I don't have your contact, but your lady came through who's called Christine. Thank you very much. Then I keep on forgetting, maybe because we're related with her, but Jen Sigilai, you've been a pillar to Joyce, and indeed I have to recognize you. Indeed, you are our sister, you are my sister-in-law, but nonetheless, there are some things that you did that are extra, and I do hope you'll be in the county government of Bomet, and I do hope you'll recognize her as a lady, and you'll not think of us coming from Kericho. Thank you. I also forgot one Askari called Koske, and I don't think he felt very happy that I forgot him, and I mentioned all the Askaris. So Koske, thank you very much. Now today, Amy Williams. Amy, if you can get wherever, Amy Williams was a very good friend to Joyce. That lady, she's an American, married to a Greek. So she stays in two places, Greek and America. She also tried to make me change the dates of Joyce's burial. They were teachers in Kipsigis, and she became family. And all these, my children, you refer to Amy as who? What did you say? Auntie. So it tells you how close she was to Joyce. Amy, thank you. She just arrived in the morning, and I'm surprised she made it here, because I was telling her, Amy, you just make it home and just come and see where you've laid your friend to rest. So Amy, thank you. Thank you very much. Paulo Tieno, you've spoken, so I don't need to talk anymore about you. But I was going to thank you for having assisted us in London to get accommodation. We did not want to stay in a very expensive place, and you know, we came for treatment, so you got us a very decent place, and we stayed very well. And as you are saying, I used to move from hospital, and indeed, the only time I left the hospital is when my phone misbehaved, and I was getting scared. How will people get? And that's the time you took me to town to buy a phone, and that's the only time that I ever left. I had time of my own. Willie Bett, the High Commissioner of India. Thank you, sir. May God bless you and your wife, your beautiful wife. You invited us home, and she used to bring us porridge, which was the only thing Joyce could take at that time. So we had it being delivered in hostel, and she could take it. It was a big problem for her to eat when they started doing the intravenous feeding. The family of Laboso, at this juncture, let me just say something, and I would like to be very clear about it. In the family of Laboso, I'm like the firstborn. Initially, when I was getting married, my father-in-law, for some reason, got scared. He felt that he didn't want Joyce to be married outside. And he kept on telling quite a number of us, they'll tell you that he wanted Joyce to remain home. And I think that thing has been fulfilled, more or less, because Joyce served Sotik and served Bomet. So wherever Laboso is, your wishes have been fulfilled. Whether it's by the art of God, whether by what, but it has been fulfilled. So the family of Laboso and my mother-in-law really appreciated me. When I was talking, I told you that I suspected that he was like my clandestine mother-in-law. Because when my father-in-law did not want me, she wanted me, but very indirectly. She was very kind to me and she would talk very nicely. So I knew she liked me. And indeed, she died in my house. That is something I have to tell you. She died under my care. More or less like, of course, this is my wife. I can't compare with my mother-in-law, but she was under my care. So in that family, I will not abandon the Laboso family. In the sense of any support. And indeed, when I was approached by the hierarchy and the high in this country, the first problem I told them was the problem that is in that family. I did not talk about myself. And I'm sure they can attest to that. I wanted that to be solved fast so that she can rest in peace, the family can rest in peace, rather live in peace. Them, they live in peace, her, she rests in peace. And me, I oversee and ensure that everything is done properly. So thank you very much, the Laboso family. And indeed, I'll not abandon you. My brother came with a suggestion, but he doesn't live with you people, so he doesn't know. You'll forgive him. The good thing, it was relayed in Luo, so you don't know. But Agri, thank you for the care and concern that you have for me, but I'll be able to survive. That one I can tell you. Now, there's a fraternity. No, I'm forgetting Bishop Lesuda. Lesuda's father. Lesuda's father came and prayed with us on the last day that Joyce was dying. He didn't get a chance, I think, to pray, but Lesuda also comes from a very prayerful family. The father came, and all bishops in ACK, they put on purple with a very big cross, a very big one like that one, if you see that one. So Lesuda came, and Lesuda, please tell your father thank you. Thank you very much. I think I've covered it. Now, my members of the family, you'll not get a chance now because when we live here, it is going to be impossible for all of you to come into the home. It's going to be probably the president, the deputy, the leadership of this country, and the immediate family. So some of you will have to stay out. For the village people, please, Kokwet, just stay away in good faith so that our visitors are able to see what is happening and they say farewell. You can have a chance to come home. You know that gate is open all the time, even tomorrow or in the evening when they've all gone. So please, my family from Kisumu, are you here? You can just stand where you are. This crowd is too big. Get up wherever you are. Thank you. Those are my sisters and brothers from Kisumu. Now, the fellows from, I think Sotik has probably filled this place. Do I say Bomet? Can Bomet people still rise up? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You are indeed my brothers and sisters, and I want the people of Kisumu to reciprocate. Please treat them well. Make sure they are well taken care of. Don't let any of them leave this place annoyed or told anything that is bad. We want to respect them the way they've respected me, and you've had it. Let us reciprocate. Thank you very much, the people of the Bomet. So I think I've covered everything. All the friends, I called your names yesterday. I'm not going to repeat it. I don't think it's going to be fair to the president. I'm not going to repeat anything. Whatever I said yesterday stands. Just a few things that I didn't mention. Some decisions that I had to take in this home that I didn't know I would ever take in my life. Like going to point at a place that Joyce will be buried here. I think that was one of the most difficult things. Keter, thank you very much. You facilitated for me a chopper, and I came and I was able to point and where we are going to lay her. These are things that, challenges that we are coming through. it was a very sad moment when I pointed like that and I saw a hole being dug. But today, I'm sure we'll be through with all this, and God is going to help us, and we'll go through. Sorry, I told you I'm not a politician. Musalia Apori, I have to recognize you. Kalonzo, thank you very much. And all the others, Kipchumba, I know you find your way somehow. You'll But thank you very much. President, His Excellency, I have to repeat this. You are of immense support. I will say it over and over again. Please don't get bored. Please clap for the president, even just for my own behalf. There are some things I told him yesterday I'm scared of repeating today. I'm not sure how he reacted because I didn't see, but the TV was showing like you were laughing, but sometimes they interject pictures. So maybe it was not. But thank you very much. I want to tell you people also again about William. Please allow me to do that. I mentioned William has got Utu. Somebody with a heart. Serious. William, thank you. Thank you. May God bless you. I can't say any more. I sent you to your wife, Rachel. I don't know whether you stayed in your house last night. Anyway, he has not answered me, but he has laughed. So let us assume. But if you did not, I'm repeating. Please say thank you to Rachel. My big brother and our elder, Raila Odinga, also sent you to Ida. I will not ask you whether you slept home because that is an abomination. But I'll ask you whether you sent the message. I'm sure you'll find a way of replying. Even if you don't, it will be like, you remember Mudavadi's father one time said, it was Mudavadi, no, it was the other, even if you talk to a stone and he doesn't listen, you just tell him, shauri yako, mimi nimeshakwambia. It wasn't, if you remember the history of this country, during JM's death, there was Mwangale. So Mwangale said, I've told you, Haina was talking to a stone and telling the stone, I've already told you. Even if you pretend you've not heard, I've told you. Then the hyena walked away. So I've told you. So thank you very much. For all of you who are gathered here, please, if I've missed you out, please know it is not in bad faith, but may God bless you all.